Hello everyone, welcome back to the Spirit of 97. We had a January transfer window where we were active. We did sign a couple of players, and one big player, I would say, did leave in the end. We've had the end of our dream for a treble after a very weak performance in the cup. But otherwise, things have been going quite well. We've got a massive Champions League tie today against Barcelona, looking to get through to the quarterfinals if we can. And we've also got a game against Bayern Munich, which on paper could potentially put our hands on the title. Not officially, but as good as. Let's go. Before we truly delve into what's been going on recently, if you could all do me a favour, drop a like down below, leave a comment. We've got a game against Bayern Munich and Barcelona today. Do you think we're going to win both games? Comment your thoughts below on that one. And if you're not already, do us a favour and hit that subscribe button. And let's try and boost the subscribers up. It's been really nice to see. We've been getting quite a few new ones recently. So yeah, I really appreciate everyone coming along and hitting that subscribe button. So if you are enjoying it and if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button and let's see if we can get those numbers up a little bit more. That'd be great. Thank you very much. So let's start with the transfer window because let's face it, everyone loves a good transfer window. So in terms of outgoings, the big player who left was Nuno Mendes. We managed to get 50 million for him from Spurs. Angelo also went out on loan to Vallecano, where he's not done a huge amount, really, to be honest with you. In terms of incomings, we signed two new gens. We signed Reginaldo Anselmo, or Reggie, as we're going to call him. New gen Portuguese midfielder, can play either as like a central midfielder or as a number 10. He's someone who, I mean, let's face it, this is probably going to be the last season on the series. But I may well choose to come back to this save at some point in the future, so it'd be stupid of me to be not thinking about the future of this club. He is someone who can definitely just take over from Pogba. Pogba's only got one season left on his contract after this year, so we will probably let him just leave on a free, and Anselmo will just basically just take his place and gradually probably just become the main sort of central midfielder in the team. The other player, and we're going to show a game in a minute for this guy, is Yves Diallo. We signed him also from Portugal, so we got one from Maritimo and one from Sporting. He had a 38.5 mil release clause, which we just smashed. Our scouts have found him in the summer. We just weren't in a position to buy him. He looks class. 20 years old, 3 stars already, 4-star, potentially 5-star potential ability. Yeah, he's looked really good. He had a little bit of a sluggish start to his time with us because he'd been in AFCON. And then he's come back, and in the last game he got a hat-trick, which is the game we're going to look at. Yeah, so he is someone who is a really good option for us on that right-hand side. We've had quite a few illnesses lately, and not injuries, but illnesses. We've had quite a lot of players out with viruses, so they're all coming back now, but Makoko, Vlahovic, Wirtz, Adeyemi has been injured as well, I think. Oh no, Adeyemi we're having to play up front because the other two main strikers were out with the flu. And yeah, as you can see, flu, virus, and like I said, I'm sure Wirtz had it as well. So yeah, Diallo got a game, started the game last time, and he's going to start today against Bayern Munich when we played Heidenheim. So before we look at some of the different, slightly less impressive results, we'll show this first. You'll notice PK there getting 2 assists. He is someone who's really jumped up in recent times. He's gone from being like 2.5, 3-star ability to now 4-star ability right back, which is really good for us. Like, that's incredible. Like, that's such a good jump because it means we'll probably push Kimmich into that midfield as the ball winning midfielder. So here we go, PK feeding at Diallo. Unbelievable bend on that shot from Diallo there after the little pass from PK. But it wasn't all plain sailing. Heidenheim scored. Just Van getting in. I don't know who was supposed to be marking him, whether it's supposed to be PK or Delict, but he just seemed to find acres of space. PK again feeding Diallo, who scored again, getting an unreal bend on that left foot of his. And then this time it was Wirtz turning provider. Again, feeding it through, and this time Diallo just smashing it in at the near post rather than going across the keeper. So, after I last saw you when we played Wolfsburg, we then went on a run of getting 4 goals a game against Frankfurt and Hoffenheim. We then lost randomly 2-0 to Stuttgart. Very frustrating game. A few poor performances. You'll notice that Nana hasn't been... you won't be able to see. I'm in the way. But yeah, Nana was away at AFCON, so we're having to play Mela. He did okay. He was let down a little bit in this Stuttgart game. Our forwards were a bit impotent, didn't really do much. Then followed that up with a 2-1 win over Leipzig, and then we lost to Hamburg in the cup. Very, very frustrating. They kind of got 2 goals out of nothing, really. We created quite a lot of chances. Vlahovic didn't really do a great job leading the line until literally the 94th minute when he managed to shrug off his defender, charge through and score. And that was like the first time he did that all game. Bounce back once again by keeping 3 consecutive clean sheets. And then, as you'll notice, the big one, 2-1 victory away at Barcelona. And we'll look at the goals on that one as well, because this is obviously the big game that we are interested in today's episode, really. The Bayern Munich game is obviously big, but let's face it, the Champions League is where it's all about. Ødegaard getting us up and running away from home. It's a lovely place goal into the bottom corner after some great work from Mbappe. Barcelona did pull it back. Araujo escaping his marker. And at this point, I was thinking, you know what, 1-1 away from home isn't terrible. But Ødegaard, once again, this time turning provider. He had other ideas. Lovely floated ball in, and Vlahovic bullets a header in. And we held on for the 2-1 win, which gives us a massive advantage going into the second leg at home. So what that all means with after the league form and everything as well is that we go into today's game 8 points clear of Bayern Munich in second if we can win. 11 points clear with 7 games to go. 21 points left. I'd like to think that pretty much puts our hands on the trophy for the year, for the title. And, you know, barring any major collapses on our part, we shouldn't really be at threat of throwing away that lead at the top there. So we're going to go with this team today. Bastoni is suspended after picking up 1 too many yellow cards. Diallo is starting over Adeyemi just because Adeyemi has just been coming back from an injury and then was basically having to be thrown into playing the full 90 almost, if possible, up top without Vlahovic and Moukoko. So what it means is Diallo is starting on the right after his hat-trick last time out against Heidenheim. Wirtz, Kamara, Ødegaard, Mbappe and Vlahovic, and then Kimmich, De Ligt, Buchsput, and Nets Buchsput in for the suspended Bastoni, and obviously a Nana in goal. We are making a couple of changes in this game just with the Barcelona game in mind. With the likes of, we're playing Kimmich at right back and Kamara at centre mid, well, ball winning role, with the view to then bringing back PK on for Kimmich. And we'll probably try and bring Nets off and maybe Mbappe or someone like that. The media and everyone was saying that Bayern Munich are playing quite a possession-based tactic at the moment. So literally for the first 20 minutes, I'm just going to ramp up the pressing. I'm literally just going to go full-on press on them just to try and hammer them for the first 25 minutes. See if we can put them under a lot of pressure, get the ball and try and get an early goal. So here we go. Massive game as ever against Bayern Munich. We're going with the 4-4-2, I believe. Baku, Tapsoba, Hernandez, Alphonso Davies, Leroy Sané, Illich, Esposito, Kudus, and then Werner and Lewandowski up top. Win here, like I said, would really put us in a very, very strong commanding position going into the final 7 games of the season. But yeah, very disappointed about the cup defeat. We really should have been. Well, I mean, that is obviously onside. It is never going to be offside. From there, it's a corner, for heaven's sake. It was a corner floated in. How is he ever going to be offside? Like, there's just no. That was very, very random. He was never going to be offside. Third round, going out the third round. That's probably the earliest we've gone out at that stage of the cup since our first season in charge. Obviously the board expect us to win, as you would. We've won it like 3 out of the 5 complete seasons we've been here so far, I believe. I think it's that or 2. Anyway, we really should have been winning it. I think, maybe twice we've won it, actually, just the twice. But still, obviously, if that is onside, that is an unreal goal from Sané. Unreal if that is onside. Disallowed. That is harsh. That is so harsh. I mean, don't get me wrong. If he was offside, he was offside. He was offside. But unreal strike. Unreal strike. Drop it down to positive. Yeah. The board expect us to win, quite rightly so, and I expect us to win. So I'm really disappointed that we went out in such poor fashion against Hamburg. But you know what? Worst case scenario, it just means that we can focus better on the league and the Champions League. Every cloud has its silver lining and all that jazz. Now we're going to get to a point soon, probably in the next 5-10 minutes. I'm going to drop the intensity just because I don't want to tire the players out too much, especially when we have got such a big game against Barcelona coming up. In that Barcelona game, we went for a more sort of conservative 4-3-3. We played I think we played Bruggelmans, maybe, and then as the holding midfielder, and then we played Pogba and Ødegaard, obviously in the midfield, because Gavi was out injured, so we couldn't play him against his former club. And then we played obviously like Vlahovic and Mbappe, and I don't think we played. I think that might have been when Adeyemi was injured as well. Actually, I can't remember. So we maybe played Hassan. But yeah, it worked very well, and I'll probably do the same in the home leg, to be honest with you, because I don't want to overstretch ourselves and risk getting caught on the counter or anything like that, because they are still a good team, Barcelona. They still got a lot of good players. So yeah, we want to make sure that we just hold on and make sure we go through into the next round. The good thing is, as well, is that we were playing on the I'll probably have to take Diallo off at half time. We were playing on the Wednesday, and it'll be literally the last round of fixtures for this round, so we will see who we could potentially play, and then we'll also get the draw as well for both the quarters and the semi-final if we're lucky enough to get that far. I'm just going to drop this pressing intensity down a little bit now. Diallo hits the bar. He's going to have to come off at half time because he's got a tight calf as well. Just try and take the sting out of the game a bit for the wind down the first half. Mbappe. This is a very commanding performance from us here at home. Well, in Diallo. But like I said, I will probably have to take him off at half time. I don't want him getting injured. Like, more than he is. He's got a tight calf at the moment, so that's kind of like a 2-3 day tops. Oh, that's incredible defending. I think that was by Baku to deny the god there. Sane's in. No. Great save by Onana. Come on, Kimmich. Put him on defend. Make sure he's not getting caught out by Leroy. Well, then Dushan. Drop him back. That's what I like to see. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take him off advanced and put him as a pressing forward. Just so he does that sort of workhorse job a little bit more than just hanging off the defenders. Go on, Kylian. Go on. Go on. Look at that run. Straight through. Straight through. Ødegaard. It's the bar. Hit the woodwork 3 times in this game. Second half underway, and we did make that change. Adeyemi on for Diallo, just to keep Diallo fresh if we need him against Barcelona. Gives a lovely 11-point cushion this. Gladbach still yet to play, but even if they win, we'll still be 13 points clear of them. So put us 20 points clear of Leipzig in 5th, so as good as guarantees us Champions League football next season already at this stage. With 7 games to go to be guaranteed Champions League football is really, really nice. That was a great ball, that, for Sane, but well dealt with by Onana, De Ligt and Bush. But what a pass. Oh, as if he was offside. De Ligt with his second goal of the game and from a corner as well. Again, first off, we had Kimmich with the assist, and this time we've got Ødegaard with the assist. That's Ødegaard's 18th assist, I believe, so far this season. Yeah, we'll chuck that on, just make sure Sane's not getting in down the sides anymore. If we can anyway. Yeah, Ødegaard's 18th assist of the season. He is well on course to break Mbappe's record of club assists on 19. I would have thought, given the fact that he's got at least 8 games in which to do so, hopefully more, if we can get past Barcelona. That's right, Kimmich, don't do anything stupid. Right, we'll take off Dusan. Let's just see if he... And he makes it 3-0. Just in time for us to give him a rest before he's going to be called into action again against Barcelona. I'm just going to stick Moukoko on as an advance forward. That was a lovely header. Mbappe with the assist. Just peels off the last man. Times it so right coming off his defender, Hernandez, while still being played onside by Alphonso Davies. And bullets the header in. Lovely stuff. Might be time to bring on Hector as well for Mbappe, because Kimmich is doing okay. I'll give the lads who I want to make sure a rest from training, but we'll take off Mbappe, because Wirtz we can quite comfortably play Gavi or Pogba or even Anselmo if needed. But Mbappe is obviously Mbappe, and we want to make sure he is fit and raring to go for that Barcelona game to make sure we see it through. Ødegaard this time trying to get in on the goal. Adeyemi's had a great impact since he's come on. And they've taken off Sane for Borussia as well. By the looks of things, Davies has come off. So they've literally taken off their most dangerous player anyway. It's as if they've gone, yeah, we can't do any more. So, you know what, stuff it. We'll just take off our best, most dangerous player and make things a bit easier for us. Because let's face it, if they're going to get a goal, it looks like it's going to come through Leroy. Adeyemi crosses it, looking for Hector. Hector is so good. He's got some like 13 goals coming in off that inside forward role. Can't remember how many assists, but he's doing really well. He's quite tall. He's like 6'3", which for a winger is obviously a decent size. So, you know, he does actually get quite a few headers as well. He's not like this little diminutive, small, quick winger as such. I mean, he is quick, but he's an aerial threat as well. And he's in here. 4-0. Wirtz with the pass. That is onside. I dare you to try and contradict me, referee. Called it. Yeah, see, it says this is his 11th goal of the season. It does seem to be a little bit... How? That is... What is VAR? VAR's having a nightmare today. He was about a good foot behind the line then. Well onside, and a cracking finish from him. Yeah, that's probably his 14th goal. It says 11th, and I'm not sure why. I've noticed there seems to be a little bit of a bug. I'm not sure if it's in the skin. But, yeah, it will say the wrong number of goals. What an emphatic win. Perfect confidence booster just to take us into this Barcelona game. At least we didn't have to worry about travelling either. Good. I'd rather keep the clean sheet, please. I'd rather it have been 1-0 than 4-1. And that'll be the game. 4-0. 4-0. What an impressive game. Just a quick one on Hector. I was wrong. It was 12 goals. For some reason I had him ahead. He'd scored more than that. But 12 goals and 7 assists in 23 appearances, I think is so impressive for the 19-year-old who he signed from Barcelona. Literally is just a rotation option for Mbappe. Obviously, the concern is as we've touched on, that buyback clause from Barcelona. So it will be very, very annoying if they do choose to act on that. I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't do. He's been incredible for us so far this season. But hopefully they choose not to buy him. We did give him a new contract, so I'm hopeful that would discourage him from accepting any sort of contract offer from Barcelona. You know, if he's happy to stay here, hopefully he won't want to go. But only time will tell. Either way, we stand to make a good sort of 20 million profit on him, but it's just annoying when he's obviously got the potential to be a real star. And you know, we could be potentially losing like sort of 50, 60 mils worth of potential income on him because of that buyback clause. Here we go, everyone. Place in the Champions League quarterfinals up for grabs, where we could end up playing the likes of Ajax, Inter, Atalanta, Man City, Man United, Juventus, or Liverpool or Milan, that tie perfectly poised going into the game at the San Siro. Going into the game at Anfield. It was in the San Siro. First time round. So yeah, potential for some very, very tough games. If we get through. Man City, Man U will be tricky. Liverpool will obviously be tricky. But I'd like to think we've beaten Inter before after they beat us in the final in our first season. We've beaten Ajax, Atalanta. I'd like to think we could beat Juventus. I would also like to think we would be strong enough to get past, but only time will tell. So I think naturally we go strongest foot forward as best as we can. PK is in at right back. Kimmich has gone into that ball-winning midfield role. He is a 5-star ball-winning midfielder. Wirtz just drops down from the number 10 role just to form a midfield partnership with Ødegaard, Adeyemi and Mbappe on the wings, Vlahovic up top, Nets, Bastoni, De Ligt. It just picks itself now. Chance to dispel the demons of a few seasons ago when we got knocked out by Barcelona in extra time in the new camp. Come on, lads. We just had a very impressive win over our big rivals in Bayern Munich. Can we follow that up with another impressive performance here against Barcelona? The only thing we have also changed is we have dropped the defensive line to standard and the line of engagement to standard. Just dropped the pressing down to slightly more often and also just put the tempo down just to slightly higher. We don't want to be too rash and go in too gung-ho. We are at the same time trying to preserve a lead here, so we've got to be sensible. But obviously we don't want to completely rest on our laurels. We want to play how I know we can play. Not like that Ødegaard, but thankfully Mbappe bailed you out and won the ball back. But we want to make sure that we don't leave ourselves open at the back and at risk of any sort of counters or anything like that. In fact, you know what I might do? I might put Vlahovic on as a pressing forward again, actually. Just so we can harry that Barcelona back line. Go on, Adeyemi. Go on. Take that. I'll take that corner all day. And we saw how deadly we were from corners against Bayern Munich, but we did nothing. Did nothing with that one today. Let's put the latest scores here. Where are they? It's not telling me. Ødegaard grazes the top of the goal. Yeah, surely latest scores. That's it. I want to see what's good. Oh, Liverpool beating Milan. Knowing my luck, we'll get Liverpool in the quarterfinals and they'll knock me out again and I'll want to cry again as well. So far, so good. 0-0. Early days still. Liverpool now winning 2-0. And Potts has missed a penalty, missed a chance for his hat-trick. Yeah, I'll take a 0-0 at half-time. I'll take a 0-0 at full-time. All I care about is going through. I don't care whether we win, just as long as we are ahead on aggregate at the end of the tie. Oh, that was nearly a very, very good pass. Dalot had to get that spot on, otherwise I think he would have been for an early bath. Excuse me, thankfully he was offside, but PK, you should not have been letting him get in behind you so easily then. I did give the slightly tired first teamers a day off, but they still seem to be struggling. Thought the lads at half time I wanted to see some better shooting. They seem to respond well to that, so let's see what happens. Not bad, not bad. What should we do with PK? You know what, we'll just check what's going on. No, we'll just check what's going on with opposition instructions. I do not want the likes of Dembele. He's not being marked. Pedri will close him down. De Jong will close down. Depay, no. I'm not always a big fan of doing the individual marking instructions because I do find that players will just either stay on that man and not go to the ball or vice versa. Yeah, I just find that sometimes it can create too many problems if you have too many players, marking too tight or whatever. Oh, what a save by ter Stegen. Great play once again by Mbappe, and Wirtz really should have scored. Morata is coming on for Dembele. I'll take that. Morata is like 34 now, so I'm not really expecting him to have much in the way of pace. Unless they're playing him as a out-and-out number 9. Either way. Maybe we'll bring on Gavi and see what you can do against his former club. Mbappe, stretching the lines. Vlahovic, yes! 3-1 on aggregate, and that surely is the tie. Surely that is the tie. I can't see us conceding 2 goals. Famous last words, but I really couldn't see us doing that. We've been so solid defensively all season. Vlahovic nearly makes it 2-0 with a lovely little work free kick from Ødegaard. Well done, Adeyemi. What a tackle. A bit of praise because I'm very happy. Yeah, we'll bring on Gavi. We'll bring on Diallo. And nearly from Gavi. Oh, and let's just bring on Hector against his old club. Gavi and Hector, former Barcelona boys. What can they do? All day for Bastoni, that. All day. Oh, Gavi's in. Makes it 2-0. What an assist from Nets. What an assist. Lovely ball over the top from him. And Gavi races in, breaks the lines, and smashes it in. Look, he's already on his bike there. Araujo is worried about Vlahovic. Gavi makes no mistake. That was one of the frustrating things against that in that Hamburg game, is they were the sort of chances that Gavi was getting in that game, and he was either making a nice easy save for the keeper or hitting it wide. And it's if we'd have been more clinical in that game, we'd have been out of sight. Even if we had gone 1-0 down, we'd have still clawed it back. I think early doors in that game, Mbappe had a goal disallowed after 5 minutes, and then they got one just before 10 minutes before half time. It kind of shell shocked us a little bit, I think, and then yeah, they just got very, very lucky with that second goal. Diallo. I think it probably was going wide, but ter Stegen had to make sure. And it's turning into a bit of a dominating performance here, really. Barcelona can barely get a look in. Look at that. Look at the XG. Look at the shots. Liverpool emphatically storming past Milan. PK shrugs off the tackle of Morata. Feeds it back to De Ligt, and he gets the ball back. Feeds it in. Vlahovic. I think he's offside. I think he was offside. It's a great little ball from PK and an emphatic finish from Vlahovic, but I think he was offside. Yeah. Unlucky Dusan. Unlucky. And I can't see much from that. More praise because they're playing so well. I'm so impressed. But yeah, Morata really has gone Real Madrid, Juve, Chelsea, Atletico, Juve again, and then Barcelona. Vlahovic is absolutely murdering, giving those defenders nightmares. He's got the beating of them all the time. Ter Stegen, to be fair to him, has had a good game. He's just been very, very let down by his defenders. That'll be the end of the tie. Thank you very much. Lovely, lovely stuff. Here we go, everyone. It's time for the draw. Time for the draw. Who are we going to get in the quarterfinals? I want to avoid all of the Prem teams. Ajax are playing Man United, okay. Atalanta, please be us. Man City, okay. Dortmund, it's going to be Liverpool. Inter. Okay. This is interesting. So in the press conference, I was asked who I'd want to play at this stage of the competition. And I said Inter because I was thinking, Ajax or Atalanta. But I was thinking, no, because I'd rather play Ajax or Atalanta in the semi-final or the final. I was thinking, I know I can beat Inter. And sometimes I do find the team you say that you would want to play in the draw, sometimes I find that I end up actually getting them in the draw, and I don't know if that's a thing or not. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that. So now let's see who we would play in the semi-final if we were to get that far. So we would be playing either Ajax or Man United. Okay. So that means it's probably going to be City v Liverpool, I would have thought, in the other semi-final. Okay. The second leg in the San Siro will be in about 4 weeks. So we've got Gladbach, Dusseldorf, the home leg, and then Freiburg in between then and now. So we will be bringing it back for that game against Inter, the away leg. Before we know, the league might be wrapped up by then, and all we'll have left to play for will be the Champions League. So let's go. Let's get on with it. I'm looking forward to this. Thanks again for dropping by, everyone. I really do appreciate it. Leave your thoughts down below, leave a like, and if you've not already, do hit that subscribe button. Take it easy, everyone. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.